Hello students, today we will read chapter number 3rd, the Vedic culture. Let's start. The cities of the Harappan culture has declined by 1500 BC. Consequently, the economic and administrative system had slowly declined. Around this period, the speakers of the Indo-Aryan language, Sanskrit, entered the northwest India from the Indo-Iranian region. Initially, they would have come in small numbers through the passes in the northwestern mountains. Their initial settlements were in the valleys of the northwest and the plains of the Punjab. Later, they moved into Indo-Gangetic plains. As they were mainly a cattle-keeping people, they were mainly in search of pastures. By 6th century BC, they occupied the whole of North India, which was referred to as Aryavarta. This period between 1500 BC and 600 BC may be divided into the early Vedic period or Rig Vedic period and later Vedic period. Original home of the Aryans. The original home of the Aryans is a debatable question, and there are several views. Different scholars have identified different regions as the original home of the Aryans. They include the Arctic region, Germany, Central Asia, and the southern Russia. Bal Gangadhar Tilak argues that the Aryans came from the Arctic region on astronomical calculations. However, the theory of southern Russia appears to be more probable and widely accepted by historians. From there, the Aryan moved to different parts of Asia and Europe. They entered India in about 1500 BC and came to be known as Indo-Aryans. They spoke the Indo-Aryan language Sanskrit. Vedic literature. The word Veda is derived from the root Ved, which means to know. In other words, the term Veda signifies superior knowledge. The Vedic literature consists of the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva. The Rig Veda is the earliest of the four Vedas, and it consists of 1028 hymns. The hymns were sung in praise of various gods. The Yajur Veda consists of various details of rules to be observed at the same time of sacrifice. The Samaveda is set to the tune for the purpose of chanting during sacrifice. It is called the Books of Chants, and the origins of Indian music are traced in it. The Atharvaveda contains detail of rituals. Besides the Vedas, there are other sacred works like the Brahmanas, the Upanishads, the Aryanas, and the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata. The Brahmans are the treatises relating to prayer and sacrificial ceremony. The Upanishads are philosophical texts dealing with topics like the soul, the absolute, the origin of the world, and the mysteries of nature. The Aranyakas are called forest books, and they deal with uh, mixed rites, rituals, and sacrifices. The author of Ramayana was Valmiki, and that of Mahabharata were Vedvyas. Rig Vedic age or early Vedic period. During the Rig Vedic period, the Aryans were mostly confined to the Indus region. The Rig Veda refers to Sapta Sindhu, or the land of seven rivers. This include the five rivers of Punjab, namely Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Veez, and Satluj, along with the Indus and Saraswati. The political, social, and cultural life of the Rig Vedic people can be traced from the hymns of the Rig Veda. Political organization. The basic unit of political organization was Kula or family. Several families joined together on the basis of their kinship to form a village or gram. The leader of gram was known as Gramini. A group of villages constitute a larger unit called Visu. It was headed by Vishyapati. The highest political unit was called Jana or tribe. There was several tribal kingdoms during the Rig Vedic period, such as Bharat's Metas, Yadus, and Purus. The head of the kingdom was called a Rajan or king. The Rig Vedic polity was normally monarchical and the succession was hereditary. The king was assisted by Purohit or priest and Senani or commander of the army in his administration. There were two popular bodies called the Sabha and Samiti. The former seems to have been a council of elders, and the latter a general assembly of the entire people. Social life. The Rig Vedic society was partially the basic unit of society was family or gram. The head of the family was known as Grahapati. Monogamy was generally practiced while polygamy was prevalent among the royal and noble families. The wife took care of the household and participated in all the major ceremonies. Women were given equal opportunities as men for their spirituals and intellectual development. There were women poets like Apala, Vishwara, Ghosha, and Lopamudra during the Rig Vedic period. Women could even attend the popular assemblies. There was no child marriage and the practice of sati was absent.